Hi guys, mabuhay! Welcome back to our channel. This is Efrain, yung hardinerong kapitbahay. It's another day and another plan to discuss anong pang hinihintay mo. Tara, samahan mo ako at magkwentuhan tayo. Hi guys, mabuhay! Welcome back to our channel. This is Efrain, yung hardinerong kapitbahay, and you're watching Planting with Efrain Grace. Magandang araw mga kapuso, kapatid, kapamilya at mga kapitbahay. Plants with unique and colorful foliages provides a better attraction to household garden. Thus, some of them are kept and bred for their leaf coloration and of course for some propagation na rin. So one of these plant is called Hypoestes, phyllostachya, or tinatawag natin siyang Confetti. So this is actually a variety of tinatawag natin mga polka dot plant, flamingo plant, freckle face, missile plants, pink dot, and yun na, yun yung mga kanyang common names. So this plant is a native to South Africa, Madagascar, and of course, Southeast Asia. So dun siya halos na makikita, okay? So as you can see, this plant ay based on their locations kung saan siya nag-origin, gustong-gusto nila yung medyo mainit or temperate countries kumbaga. So yung merong konting warm na sa paligid nila, okay? So, as you can see, the warm temperatures and humidity are the key in growing polka dot plants. And we have to expect to water it regularly unless you get sufficient rainfall. So, they also need regular feeding throughout the growing season kasi nga, lagi siyang dumadami at lumalaki din siya. Okay? So, these plants do have a tendency to get leggy. So, medyo humahaba siya. Yung tinatawag nating medyo tumatangkad, kumbaga. So, to promote yung tinatawag nating bushier growth habit, we could already pinch some part of this particular plant. Tapos, isaka natin siya itanim doon sa kanyang pinaka-lupa. Okay? So that we are able to promote now yung ating characteristics na medyo, yung ating plants na medyo bushy, kumbaga. So, this also help the plant, yung pag-pinch ng plant na to, this will also promote yung tinatawag nating healthier and vigorous type of plant. Okay? So, pero for the meantime, since na I have this particular plant very small, siguro dalawang stems lang halos ito, I'd rather make it settle muna for the meantime, and then pag medyo matangkad na siya or mataas na siya, saka ako magkakaroon ng pinching habits para siya ay itanim uli at ibalik sa kanyang lupa. Okay. Now, what are those things that we have to take in mind, especially when we are caring at growing this particular polka dot plant? Well, of course, the main thing that we have to look into is the light, okay, or lighting. So this plant requires bright indirect light, and this is also ideal indoors, okay? Pwede natin siyang ilagay sa indoors since na indirect light naman siya. Pwede natin siyang ilagay malapit sa mga bintana kung saan nakaka-receive ang ating mga halaman ng enough light or filtered light or bright light. Now, yung tatawag naman nating mga shades, actually, pag ang ating plant na ito, yung polka dot light natin ay nilagay natin sa too much amount of bright light, yung color niya na color pink, as you can see, nagpe-fade po yan. Okay, nagpe-fade yung color niyan. And syempre, yung value ng plants medyo nawawala. Kasi nga, nawawala yung kanyang aesthetic looks, kumbaga. So, dapat tamang-tama lang yung light na kailangan nating ibigay sa ganitong klase ng halaman. Okay, so let's just revisit naman yung kanyang yung kanyang root system. So, this particular plant, siguro nabili ko siya. Actually, napakamura lang. This plant, binigyan ako ng 75 pesos for this particular plant. So, okay? So, kasi nga, medyo maliit pa siya. And as you can see, konti lang talaga yung kanyang pinaka branch, kumbaga. Okay? But looking into this one, it is an opportunity for me to propagate and to increase the number of this particular plant. So that is actually why I bought this plant, kasi napakaganda niya talaga. And aside from that, as you can see here, okay, mapapasin natin, established na yung kanyang root system. Kasi ninyo, diba? Napakaganda ng kanyang root system. And before siya magkaroon or ma-establish yung pinaka-plant natin, yung kanyang yung plant ay ginagawa niya muna or yung pinaka root system muna ang kanyang pina-polish. Kumbaga, mas binibigyan ng emphasis yung pag-anchor niya sa lupa. Kumbaga. So also, kung mapapansin natin, this one ay medyo may kaliitan yung kanyang mga dahon. Okay? Yung kanyang mga dahon. And with of course some of those dotted line or dotted parts dyan, okay? Na that is actually why it is called confetti. Isa to sa mga variety ng spot plants kumbaga or polka dots plant. And also, you might be able to notice here yung kanyang pinaka mga bulaklak sa tabi. Well, actually, if you're going to look at that, medyo may pagka-insignificant yung bulaklak. Pero as you can see this one, oh, pansinin niyo yan, oh, that is actually flowers. Okay? And bawat part nito, that's the unique characteristics of this plant. Kasi bawat part nito, yung mga extension na yan, na parang mga fruits niya, is actually a buds. Okay? A buds kung saan, dyan ngayon magpuproduce ng tinatawag nating flower. Medyo may pagka-insignificant lang yung bulaklak, pero it really gives us the credit na magandang gawin o magandang alagaan ng ganitong klase ng plant kasi marami siyang ways for us to propagate. Okay? So, let's proceed now with the next part ng ating ano. So let's talk about the soil itself. Okay, this polka dot plant prefers organically rich soil. So in this case naman, as you can see, this is a clay loam soil na mayroong composition ng tinatawag nating mga rice hull, a cheap source of organic material para sa ating planting needs. So in this case, hindi ko na i-disregard or hindi ko na sisirain yung pinaka soil, yung clumps ng ating soil kasi nga nangihinayang ako doon sa established na roots na niya. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put now yung material or plant siguro this is a soilless type of soil or soilless type kumbaga. This is a composition primarily of coco coir, partially decomposed coco coir. Tapos meron siya mga perlite soil na maliliit to increase yung tinatawag nating drainage ng ating pinaka soil. So ito muna ang lalagay ko dito just to establish muna yung ating material. The good thing about this one also, medyo pag siya ay nabasa or sakaling diniligan natin siya, it acquires yung moisture ng ating soil. So meron siyang moisture, enough moisture para ma-establish yung medyo or ma-retain natin yung moist ng ating ng plant na to. Kasi if we're going to look into the watering nito, hindi siya masyadong or nangangailangan siya ng medyo marami-raming water. Okay? Kumbaga. So, the best way para to cure or to make this plant adapt do sa environment na medyo harsh yung condition or medyo mainit is to provide more water. And the best way para ma-provide natin yung water na yun is to get something na medium or soil medium na kumukuha ng tinatawag natin mga moisture sa kanyang soil or nagano. Pero hindi naman syempre dapat cloggy or nagka-clog. Dapat ay tamang-tama lamang. Okay? So, what else do we have to understand for this one? So, of course, sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, watering. So, this plant likes a moderate water of moisture. Kaya, it really needs something like konting or organic material na nag-store ng moist. Tapos, we have to avoid the soil to dry out. So, yun ang importante dito. Kailangan hindi siya madadry out, which can cause the foliage to wilt. So, yun ang kanyang disadvantage siguro pag napabayaan natin yung ating halaman na mawala ng moisture yung kanyang soil. So, it actually reacts. Katulad ng mga ibang plants na pinature na namin dito, medyo nag-change yung kanyang structure, medyo tawag dito na nalulumbay kumbaga yung mga dahon pag siya ay hindi masyadong basa kumbaga. Okay, so the same thing also, hindi rin naman niya gusto yung tinatawag nating soggy or yung soggy type na soil. Kasi soggy soil o yung masyadong maraming water naman it promotes yung tinatawag nating root rotting. So, ayaw naman nating mamatay yung ating halaman because of root rots. Okay? So, yun yung kailangan nating tingnan, especially pag nag-aalaga tayo ng tinatawag nating polka dots plant. Okay? So, a good rule of thumb is to water this plant when the top half inch of the soil has dried out. Or, if we're going to keep this in a container, we must be able to water it frequently. Kung baga, kailangan talaga natin siyang tubigan. At hindi tayo pwedeng mawala ng isang buong linggo nang hindi natin siya dinidiligan, kung baga. Okay, so, for those people na gusto mag-alaga ng itong klase ng polka dot plant, you have to ask somebody to water it every day, kung baga. Okay. What else do we have to look into? So, temperature and humidity. So, as you can see, this plant is a temperate, or sabihin natin na medyo gusto niya yung warm environment. So, it prefers temperature between 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So, medyo cool lang ng konti. Warm yung temperature, pero hindi naman siya open sa bright light, kumbaga, or sa direct sunlight. So, it also likes high humidity. Siguro, hindi naman high, pero siguro yung minimum humidity at the level of 50%. So, yun. This plant really will survive and will really propagate itself, or mas lalo siyang magiging maganda at dadami, kumbaga, with that particular temperature and humidity. Now, in terms of the fertilizer, these plants are fairly heavy feeders. Kumbaga, siya ay medyo voracious eaters. Kumbaga, marami siya laging kinakain, or gusto niyong kumain ng napakarami. So, if we're going to plant this one outdoors in our garden soil, they really appreciate a layer of compost mixed into the soil, like the one that I'm using right now. Pero since I put this one in the container, of course, we could put some organic fertilizer sa ating ganitong klase ng house plants. So, ano yung mga organic fertilizer that we could use? Of course, we could use yung vermiculite, yung mga manures na decompose, na nakamix sa rice hull. That will do definitely. Okay, what else? Now, how are we going to propagate the polka dot plants? Of course, polka dot plants can be grown either from seeds. And as you can see, marami siyang flowers dun sa kanyang pinaka-stems. And of course, it could be propagated through stem cutting. So, once this plant is already established na, at marami na siyang medyo sanga-sanga or branches, I think that is the time na pwede ako mag-pitch ng part of this particular plant, tapos saka ko siya itatanim directly from the soil. Now, some of those people, ang ganilang ginagawa, they use rooting hormones just to stimulate yung pinaka-stem to produce some roots. Well, we could use that one. You could use a rooting hormone to initiate or stimulate yung production ng roots ng ating plants. Pero, syempre, if you're just a garden owner na gusto lang yung mag-propagate, it will do naman kahit wala namang rooting hormone. Ang rooting hormone naman, talagang pinapabilis lamang yung kanyang pagpuproduce ng kanyang roots. So, after applying yung iba ng rooting hormone, they plant it, or they plant the cuttings sa warm, moist soil pa rin naman. Okay? So, within a week, pwede na mag-grow yung ating plants with their roots. So, after a week, kumbaga. Okay, what else? So, napakadali lang niyang mag-propagate, especially in stem cutting. Kasi pag hinintay natin yung seeds, medyo matagal. Yun ang pagiging problema natin. Now, what are the common pests and diseases that this particular plant are facing? Okay. So, well, depende actually. Pag ang ating plant na polka dots plant ay nilagay natin sa indoor, most likely mas marami siyang makukuhang diseases or mga pests na pwedeng maging predator sa kanya. Like for example, yung tinatawag nating scales, white flies, mealybugs, and aphids. So, those are the insects that might infect our plants. Pero pag itong ating plant, nilagay natin sa labas, well, definitely, medyo mas kokonti siguro yung pwedeng maging kumain doon sa ating halaman. Especially, yung conditions naman sa labas ay talagang nakakatulong para sa kanyang pag-grow, at saka sa kanyang propagation, at saka sa kanyang paglaki talaga, pagdami ng kanyang dahon. Okay? So, of course, syempre kasama yung araw. And of course, another thing is, pag laging yung cloggy, kumbaga, kung kung yung kanyang soil ay medyo laging punong-puno ng tubig. So that also introduce some problem sa tinatawag nating clogging or tinatawag nating overwatering. Okay? So pag ganun nangyari, definitely it will introduce now root rotting. So in order for us, kung napansin natin na may ganun ng sistema, may nangyayari ng ganung kababalaghan, so we have to really repot our plants. Okay? So, what else? Ano pa mga kailangan natin malaman? So, definitely, as you can see here, papasin natin, ito ay may mga cuttings na to. Pansinin nyo, yung kanyang pinagmulan. Okay? So, it is really need, or we really need to cut yung ating plant para mag-initiate siya ng mga panibagong mga branches. Okay? So, huwag kayong matakot, especially when you are, pag kayo nag-aalaga ng ganitong klase ng halaman. Okay? So guys, I think that's all folks. You're watching Planting with F and Grace. Please watch and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you may add to your FB page, si Marigracia at ang Lihim na Hardin. So if you have some comments, suggestions, or siyempre yung ating mga improvements do sa ating mga pinopost na halaman, and you can relate something about that, well, we really appreciate it to put that in our comment sections. And of course, we are very thankful, nagpapasalamat kami doon sa mga patuloy na sumusuporta sa aming vlog, and we have reached already our first 1,000 subscribers. Okay, so thank you very much for continuously watching and subscribing to our YouTube channel. And please also share our videos para mag-encourage tayo ng mas positivity, okay? Ng positivity sa pag-aalaga ng ating mga halaman. Okay? So till then, next time, thank you and goodbye!
September we met, I could tell by your smile you hadn't been with a good girl like me in a while. Yeah, you were impressed, couldn't leave me alone. Text me every time that you pick up the phone. And I had control on the driver's seat, but my hands are slipping off the wheel. Now the tables have turned, now I'm up all night. I'm picturing